Hello everyone and welcome to Politics Today on Channel Television. This is Politics Today on Sunday. This is your #1 news channel in Nigeria. I'm Sheung Okimbaloye. Can you remember how many abandoned projects we have in this country? And I'm not talking about only infrastructure, but ideas and innovations which are not seen to the very end. Every day, government come and go with great and very lovely initiatives. They're funded, sometimes egghead sits in committees, draw blueprints and white paper for execution, but a larger percentage of these projects and initiatives rot on shelves and in document cases. Let's put the issues in perspective now. In 2014, you remember, the nation embarked on a national conference project, the Confab, where some of Nigeria's brightest gathered to draft a document which is supposed to be the document for the people, a grand norm. Well, not of a military imposition or breed, but one fashioned according to the interests of Nigeria's ethnic nationalities. That conference gobbled millions of naira in terms of organization, logistics, and drafting of final report. But today, about 2 years down the line, we await the implementation. Well, of course, that is not even the only national conference that we've had. Well, that one on one hand. The year after, our federal lawmakers embarked on the review of the Constitution that too gobbled nothing less than 4 billion naira. The 7th Assembly could not get the President to assent to that bill. The 8th Assembly has picked that document up, and revisiting it means they will perhaps look more into the document. Well, what does this then mean? It then means that at the end of the day, they will dig more and go back to perhaps what they've done before. The big question now is, where leads the Confab report? Joining me on the program to discuss the constitutional amendment and, of course, some other issues of national interest. He's a legal practitioner, an elder statesman, and a delegate at the 2014 National Conference. Chief Ayo Adebanjo joins us on Politics Today tonight. Thank you so much for being part of the program tonight.
Thank you.
Before we go too deep, you are a lawyer. You've seen so many constitutional review, especially from that of 1999. This will perhaps be the 4th review of the Constitution. And you've seen loads and loads of the development of our Constitution, from the Constitution of Macpherson, Littleton Constitution, up until the 1960, 1966 Constitution, 63, and all of that. Tell me, what do you make of these efforts of the National Assembly in amending and reviewing the Constitution?
Waste of time.
I beg your pardon?
It's a waste of time.
Really? Why?
They just want to waste the country's resources. If they are really patriotic, they are not outside this country. When the Constitutional Assembly 214 Constitutional Conference was inaugurated, was recommended, the recommendations were put out to show that they are not that patriotic. If they are although they are opposed to the establishment of that conference, and they are anxious, they also agree that the Constitution we are having is not good for the country. Why don't they point out the inequalities there, the irregularities there, the things that they don't want there, that they want to do their own, if they don't want to waste money? And don't forget, that Constitutional Conference, the people there, this country can never get that type of people again. The equality, in experience, in diversity, it cuts across all political parties, professionals, ethnic groups, tribal organizations, trade union, youth conference, all and suddenly were represented
at the National Conference.
And we took each resolution, we passed 600 resolutions unanimously. It has never happened anywhere. And I remember when we were forwarding the papers to Jonathan, he said, how did you do the magic? How did you do it? The people there, with all our disagreements, we are talking about the country more than the personal interest. We had our disagreement and we find a way to cool down. In fact, some of the delegates try to sort of annoy members. But those of us who are really serious about the unity of this country, those of us who are really serious that we want this country to be united, to be one in peace, not in pieces. We knew that it is only the constitution that brings us together in peace that can survive.
All right, because Chief Adebanjo, one would think that largely a lot of people have said that 1999 constitution, which we still have on our hands at the moment, a lot of people believe that it's a military product.
Not a lot of people, it is a military constitution.
So,
nobody can
and when you
dispute
say
that.
it's a waste of time for the federal lawmakers to review and amend that constitution.
No, in the context of the existence of the 240 recommendations.
So with
They
the
started
Confab
the-
report,
Overlaps it. The Confab report has already solved the problem of this country.
legally speaking now, as we have the Confab report on hand, what process should it naturally take before that Confab report become implemented?
If you are sincere, if you are patriotic. I remember when Jonathan was handing his papers to His Excellency Buhari, he told him, of all the papers I'm handing over to you, this is the most important. If you remember, if you go and view the day he was handing over, he said this is the most important document.
Do you think President Buhari
But
has a political will to adopt that report?
if it's patriotic.
But you remember, sir, that particular exercise, the process of the Confab, the APC that is now the ruling party is not in agreement for the convocation of that national
And we
conference.
criticize them. They have no reason not to have an agreement.
So if they are
The
against
leaders
it,
of the APC got into office on the promise that they were going to convoke a national conference from the Ashaju Tinubu and all those who were in the AD at that time. The election manifesto that put them into office stated specifically that there should be a national conference. Not only that, if we go back into history, go back to the archives. After winning the election, the AD led by late Senator Abraham Adesanya, we conducted a tour of all our houses of assembly where we won the election. We went to the House of Assembly and urged them to pass a resolution for the convocation of national conference in each House of Assembly with their governors present, including Akonde, who was then the governor, Shoba, all of them go to history. Were they not there? Why do they develop cold feet now? That was the mandate on which they were elected at that time.